which is a while. For me, the best part about using the BNA tools is they go with me.
Do some research online, and the Daily Labor Report, for one, I read it every day.
I read the BNA Daily Labor Report every day.
One of the things that I use a lot now are the newsletters, because you can get an incredible amount of information delivered to your desktop every morning that is very current, very accurate, and just makes you look very good in front of your clients. An example, I'm constantly in airports and hotels and other people's offices, and I need to have tools there that help me do my job. If a client calls and wants to talk about an issue, I can't be in an office where people are there to give me paper. So I can get online, I can use the disk. I have other tools available to me wherever I am, whether I'm in Tokyo, whether I'm in my office, or whether I'm in an airport. In California, if I'm in Japan, I can then go to the BNA website and log in and get whatever article I'm looking for, link on it, and get up to date with respect to the issue that I'm trying to find, or search, be able to use the searching function and find more information, and provide that to the client and be able to do that in a quick fashion and not have to rely on calling the office and getting more information from them. So BNA is just a great asset.
Having it online is absolutely key, just because none of us goes to the library or waits to get things to circulate around like we used to in the law firm, when the reporters would be in paper and they'd be circulated around to 10 lawyers a copy, and there's just not time.
BNA makes it easy to use. I work in a technology-related field, and one could argue that I should know how to use everything. But BNA makes it really easy and very accessible. And that's particularly important when I'm on the telephone talking to a client or in a meeting with a client and an issue comes up that I want to get an answer to quickly or some guidance to quickly. And I rely on the ease of use of the products.
And I like the way it's organized, in the sense that you have the highlights, which are really good, because no one has time to wade through a lot of text to try to pick out the important issues. And it may not be the important issues for me necessarily, but it's certainly a help to have had someone go through and pick out the events or the occurrences that that are the more important ones in the industry.
BNA seems to be the most comprehensive service, or more accurately, provides the most comprehensive services in terms of covering virtually all aspects of labor and employment law. I will find cross-references in the various reporting systems of BNA online and in hard copy, which is good. And permits me really to engage in one-stop shopping. There may be times when you have to look at another service because of a reference that's been given to you by an opponent. But BNA is a very smart place to begin your research because of the wealth of information that it's assembled on so many aspects of labor and employment law, virtually all aspects. Sarbanes-Oxley is the perfect example.
I report every day. A lot of my cases are very time urgent, and I'm always anxious to give a judge a new case if it will help my cause. I very frequently submit new authorities to a judge after, for example, a critical motion has been submitted. Yeah.
Let me give you an example of how BNA's tools helped me out. A few years ago, I was working on a brief on a case we had picked up at the last minute. I was in Japan, had colleagues in Chicago and Washington, and another colleague, a client, who was in Germany, and we had to get the brief done. I was sitting in my hotel room in Japan, working online, looking at the cases from BNA, able to discern which ones made sense. This brief was worked on in 3 different countries, and in a very short amount of time we were able to do the research using the BNA tools and get the job done and filed in the appellate court.
The Daily Labor Report was the source of information that I gave to my client as to the types of cases, since the statute's so new, the types of cases that were proceeding on up to trial before the U.S. Department of Labor under the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. And we use that as a guide for how we wanted to handle our case.
I had a client that I was going to see later on for dinner, and he had mentioned when we were on the phone, oh, there was this very important issue that was going on with respect to a district court case, and he wasn't sure, where the position was on it. I had just read the BNA that morning, and it had been decided by the Court of Appeals. And so I was able to tell him, oh, that decision that you were waiting for has come down, and he was thrilled, and he was able to get the information. And so that made me look very good as far as being on top of current issues and what's going on.
BNA makes it easy to use.
Having the BNA product just makes you stay well informed.
Yes, BNA was very helpful.
You guys are good.